Hey, we're back, Coon Prairie Ramblers, and we're wreaking havoc here in the radio station on the prairie. We got KC, and we got Luke, and we got the mailman. And Erica over there. She's embarrassing us so bad.
I'm telling you, you can hear what she says when the mic is turned off.
I'm just glad that we didn't record the break.
She's a wild child. We learned a lot during the break. I'm sorry y'all going to miss out on that.
It's not ready for prime time.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
We learned a lot of Spanish words, though.
Yeah,
holy
guacamole.
Holy guacamole.
The wrong Spanish words.
And I'm trying to learn how to say chicharrones right.
Yeah. Chicharrone. You got to roll
You don't say it like she does.
Roll.
I don't know how to roll my R's.
Chicharrones. You got to roll your R's.
And then that led us to another word, and we got kind of a little bit crazy.
Some of the words.
And then we lost track. What we were talking about was
underwear.
Paints?
Underwear that's fun to wear.
Skivvies.
Isn't that what they used to have for the underoos? Was underwear that's fun to wear?
I don't. That sounds familiar.
Wearing underoos is fun.
Underwear.
Dun-dun-dun. You can wear more than one.
More than one.
Yeah, you can wear
more than one pair.
Too much.
Yeah, well, you can wear a pair of briefs and put your boxers over.
I don't like underwear.
You remember where there for a while there was a fad, and women were wearing men's boxers.
They were
out in public.
They sure did.
Especially like to Walmart.
Yeah.
You could not go to Walmart and not see a woman in a pair
mid-90s
of men's boxer shorts.
And my daughter, my older daughter, who went off to the Air Force and retired, she
started
I caught her out on the street. Like I said, "What are you doing out here? Get in here! What have you got on?" And she says, "The newest." And it was a pair of bottoms. Of course, the front flap was sewed up.
I would hope so.
I think no. That may be a fad, but we don't do that.
We don't do that.
You know what? I hope we haven't conjured that up and it comes back in style.
Oh well, you
nowadays it's the pajamas.
Yeah, pajamas. Yeah,
or what do they call those lounge? Almost like a flannel pants.
You've got sports, like what you got on right now.
Well,
those are like sweats.
Yeah,
they're like the plaid, and they're usually colored or something.
They're pajama bottoms. I think people wear them around.
They do.
You can just buy the bottom if you want.
The sites you see at Walmart.
Oh man.
Yeah,
that's a whole show.
Oh no,
I'm telling you.
I'm always afraid to take a picture of some of the sites I see and put it on Facebook.
Yeah,
because somebody will say, "Oh, that's Aunt Maybelle." I said, "What?
Yeah, that's my aunt."
I know. That's exactly what would happen to me.
Yeah.
Somebody would say, "That's old JoJo." Or something, and I think, oh my gosh, I got a picture of your aunt in her underwear out there.
Yeah, are you supposed to fuzz her face out or something?
They still recognize it, I'm sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they recognize what.
I recognize those boxers anywhere.
Yeah. That's pretty scary.
SpongeBob boxers.
Why do people do that?
I don't know. I don't get all dressed up.
I gotta have my pants up tight, my belt on, my shirt tucked in. I mean, recently I've just started wearing my shirt out, but I used to never let my son go out of the house without his shirt tucked in.
I hate my shirt tucked in.
I know, but
I'll do it when I have to. But when I was in high school, we had to. Even if your shirt was meant like square bottom and it was meant to be untucked, you had to tuck it in.
Hey, our principal at high school used to take a tape measure and measure how high the girls' dresses were, because I always thought that was kind of.
Well,
he just wanted to do that and be creepy.
Yeah, isn't that kind of depending on how tall you are?
Yeah, so I guess they got to pull. If the dress is too high, they got to pull the dress down a little
your
bit.
Your fingertips had to reach the bottom of the dress when you stood with your hands at your side.
All right, yeah.
You couldn't go any higher than that.
And that was when they were wearing mini. Did you guys they wear mini skirts down here?
Yeah.
Hey, my high school, they wore mini skirts, and then the maxis came in, and then that was kind of like, skirts. Oh my goodness! So they had to have a test run. So they chose the Susie Homemaker girl in class and in school, and said Debbie Poling is going to wear the first maxi, and we're just going to try it out and see what everybody thinks. So she comes to school and she has a maxi on.
It's a long dress.
But everybody's already wearing mini skirts. But maxis were like...
Yeah, we're backing up here, people.
Yeah.
They're going in the wrong direction.
They just wanted those to come out so they could quit shaving their legs.
Yeah.
But you know what would have been funny? Is if the mini skirts would have been out the same fad as the boxer shorts, because they'd be hanging out down below the mini skirts.
Oh, man.
That'd have been a hilarious fad.
Oh, man. Imagine homecoming day.
I'm trying not to.
The other thing, this is something that was in years ago and went out, and now it's back. is the jeans with the rips in them.
Oh, yeah.
And hats with hats that are frayed. And I mean, that was...
that are tore up and frayed.
We invented that. We didn't buy them.
We wore them until they looked like
they
that.
were wore out. And
I mean, kept wearing them.
Literally wore your holes in your jeans.
We had to do that.
Yeah. We didn't have much choice.
And nowadays,
they're paying big bucks.
Extra. Yeah. Oh, well, you have no idea.
Hey,
you may have an idea.
Hey, Calvin,
I'm talking hundreds of dollars for a pair of jeans that already look like they wore out.
All you got to do is go beat up some homeless person, take his jeans, go home, wash them, and you're in style.
Yeah.
And you know, old Levi's, there's a lot of money in that.
I've heard of people taking Levi jackets, throwing them up in the air and shooting them with shotguns.
Really?
Then they wear them. They got all these holes in them. Oh. You see these, they're ripped across the legs when people wear these jeans. Yeah. Just like rip all the way down. Looks like they've been in a panther fight or something.
Now, when we were kids, when you wore your pants out so bad, it was just wore slap, and then you cut them off. And that was your swimming shorts.
Yeah, that became your swimming
But I remember seeing kids with patches on their knees back in the day.
Oh, yeah. And they used to make iron-on patches. Remember
That's
that?
right.
I guess if your mama wasn't a sewing lady, you had to get the iron-on.
Oh, yeah.
My mom could sew. She didn't have to iron on no patches on my breeches.
Yeah, I used to have those. I remember those iron-on ones, and then they start peeling off, like one corner would be hanging down.
And then you'd pick, once it did, you'd pick it till it fell off. And you remember when you were young, they would buy you, because you were going through those growth spurts, they'd buy your pants way too long, about 6 inches too long.
And you had to roll them up.
You rolled them up.
Yeah.
And then when you get taller, you take it out. But you'd have that little white ring around the bottom of your breeches where they had been rolled up before.
You're right. I forgot about that.
All the little rascals, that was the fad for them. But I wore many a pair of rolled up breeches. And I remember some people still did it, and they would smoke cigarettes and somewhere where they didn't have an ashtray, and they'd dump their ashes in the cuffs of their pants.
Wow. Yeah.
Never saw anybody with pants on fire. Maybe that's where that...
You had short sleeve cuffs where you had the cigarette in there.
Yeah. You think maybe that's where liar, pants on fire? Somebody was trying to act like they weren't smoking and put a cigarette out down there and pants caught on fire.
You know, I always wondered, when I was young, you had Converse tennis shoes.
All-Stars.
And that's all you had.
Yeah, Flyers.
All-Stars. Or Flyers, okay. I always wondered, what did they wear back in the Little Rascal days, in those little movies?
Shoes.
But they wore Buster Browns.
They just wore regular shoes.
Regular old lace-up Brogan-looking shoes.
Tennis shoes, or they used to call them canvas shoes.
No, they Brogan were leather, almost like a cross between a boot and a shoe.
So what did they play basketball in? Or did they play?
They didn't.
Little Rascals didn't play basketball.
No.
They run around in a yard with a dog.
It might not have been invented yet.
Yeah. No, basketball came out in the turn of the century of 1900. It was invented at the YMCA. But anyway.
That song will always come in your mind when you hear YMCA.
Yeah, the YMCA.
And you're doing the little hand motions.
The Indian and the town.
Town drunk.
The town drunk? No,
there was a bunch of different ones. The sailor and the cowboy and the Indian and the mechanic guy, or whatever it was, the construction worker and the biker dude. There were quite a few of them. Well, we're down to a minute, so we're going to have to put on our boxers and box our way on out of here.
Like I said, I never liked either one.
You have that option?
TMI.
Yeah. But the bad thing about the white ones is that it shows us the brown streak too easily.
That TMI.
Way too much.
Way too much. So we got to get out of here before it gets worse.
Let's say you can cure that by quit eating taters.
Let's do an if bomb.
Yeah, we're bombing already. We may not be back for the next segment.
Yeah.
I hope you will.
Well, we got a good one lined up.
We'll scare up some.
All right. We're out of here.